Tumelo, sure, go ahead. Okay, so maybe we move on to the next. Delphine, let me pose this to you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So say I want you to share just one particular piece of a story in your entire university life. The most challenging part of you being in university. What is it mentally? Because we so much focused on mental health right now. So just mentally, what is the most challenging thing for you in university?
I think honestly, I think it was my first point at the beginning, balancing priorities.
Okay.
Because for the last 2 years of my university life, I've always had to work.
Yeah.
And then so I couldn't really stay in school for as long as I wanted, because I would have work like over the weekend or like Friday night. Yeah, like Friday night, because I work for like a deco company.
Okay.
And then so what happened was, I think what I said is exactly what happened to me. I think that was like a personal experience.
Yeah.
I was so keen on making money, and I think Grace brought up this point.
Yeah.
I was so keen on making money because I thought I needed it. I think I did need it. But then I ended up having so much schoolwork to catch up on. And, honestly, when you calculating time, like when you're trying to really calculate your time, you have like, let's say 250 cases. And at that point, you're in what? September, right? This is like in one course.
Yeah.
So you're in September, your exam is in November, and you have 250 cases to know and study and know each principle. And this is just in one course. And you have, 7 courses. I found myself battling, and I think I started picking what case is important. And I feel like that became a challenge. And I think that's when I actually had that anxiety attack the day before the exam.
Okay.
And luckily my CA was okay, so I didn't stress that much, but it was hard because everything came rushing at once. When you say, no, I'll handle this later, your letter is now here, but then you don't have time. I literally had like 5 hours to the exam, because the exam was at 9, and that was like at 3. That was the time I was getting back to normal.
Yeah.
From having the anxiety attack and all that stuff. And then I started picking what's important, and that's not a good thing when you had like the whole year to manage your time properly, to fix your study schedule, to sometimes I could decline work, but then I still used to go, because who doesn't like money, guys? So yeah, I feel like that was the hardest I've had to deal with for the last 2 years of my university life.
Amazing. The most important question I have now to the end of the meeting is, so then what is the most important, what is the importance of opening up to friends when you have mental issues? Sheila or Grace, kindly go ahead and then mute the mic.
Okay. Okay, the importance of opening up is a problem half shared is a problem. A problem shared is a problem half solved. When you open up, you make things easier for yourself, because you let off a lot of the burden off your shoulders. Like you relieve yourself of some of the stress. Yeah, maybe the person you're telling won't solve the problem, but the very fact that there's someone listening means that you feel better. You lessen the burden.
Yeah. Sheila, you want to go?
Yeah, sure. So the importance of talking about it.
Yeah.
I believe if you can talk about something, I think I'm going to just tap on what Delphine said. I'm going to start with anxiety, right? So I also suffered anxiety at some point because I was attacked. I was attacked in 2018 when I was coming from my modeling gig. So as I was on my way back, and it was during the day, so this guy attacked me at 15, And he did it twice, and it was very horrific. And it took me a while to actually talk about it. Because every time till today, I feel like whenever I'm walking down the road, I feel like someone is just going to jump behind my back and strangle me or try to hurt me or hack me. Because the guy tried to hack me with like a tiny little axe because he thought I was a kada. I don't even know how that happened.
Yeah.
But in the long run, it affected me so much that I didn't know how to talk about it. I didn't know how to explain to someone that I sweat when I'm alone in the house, or I have nightmares about the guy and stuff like that. And for the fact that we went to trial and he wasn't really persecuted because I had to forgive him, it was hectic for me as a person. And I needed someone to tell that, look, I can't be on my own, because I feel like someone is just going to attack me, because I keep on having like episodes. So the day that I actually just decided I needed to speak about it with someone is the day that I actually felt like I let go of 50% of my anxiety.
Amazing.
I felt like I dropped a huge load, and people began to understand that you can't leave me in a boarding house by myself. You can't leave me in a classroom by myself. You can't leave me in the house alone. Yeah. So before, people did not understand. And the fact that I started opening up to people and actually telling them, oh, okay, I was attacked and this caused me to have major anxiety and you can't leave me alone. It actually feels good, even till today. Like before that, I wasn't able to open up and tell anyone I was attacked and this is why I'm like this. But the day that I actually had the courage to tell the story and actually explain it to someone and tell them I'm suffering with this and I need more help so that I can just live my life freely, is the day that I actually felt better. So it's very important to open up to people so that you can drop 15% of how you feel.
Amazing.
So yeah.
Amazing. Now that we've come to almost the end of the meeting, the only thing I want to focus on is the importance of opening up in university and how that contributes to your concentration in school. Just that. Tumelo, you can go ahead, sure.
Okay, thank you. Okay, sorry, my network is a bit bad, so it's been starting and stopping.
Okay.
For me, I would say opening up in school really helps you in a way that you get to offload everything that you're holding on to or keeping inside that may be affecting you in a negative way, most when it comes to your own thoughts. Sometimes we have thoughts that are self-destructive, thoughts that make you doubt your capacity, thoughts that make you doubt your capabilities. But when you open up to people, it's more like you're speaking to that inner voice that's making you doubt yourself. And for most students on student loan, you'd find maybe the only income that you'd get is a small amount at the end of the year. But then you'd need to print out things, you'd need to buy books, and you'd need to get other things in place while you're in school. So having all of that, it kind of like put pressure on me because I had school and I had other activities to balance with. And then most of the times I'd get negative reviews from people to say, oh, you're doing this, are you sure you manage? You know, there's failing at UNZA, you know, people won't make it and stuff like that. So that really put me in a place where I really doubted myself. Like I didn't know who I was, because it was me trying to fight to be strong for myself, to get myself together. And then the people who are coming with negative words. So I decided to open up about the whole situation with some friends of mine, and they took it in a way where they were like, don't put too much pressure on yourself because of what other people are thinking about you, because those people are not there for you when you're grinding, like when you're doing the real work. They only come to judge you when the outcome is out. So it really helped me, opening up really helped me offload a lot of things that I had kept inside that were making me anxious.
Anyone else to pick it up?
Is there anyone answering? Or I can go ahead.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
what is the major importance of opening up in university, especially for a student? How does opening up contribute to your concentration? So I think personally, firstly, it lightens your burden, you know, because sometimes some of us carry, like, okay, personally, it's hard for me to talk about what I feel and how I'm feeling, because there's just times when you fail to express what you feel in words.
Yeah.
But then if you have friends who create an environment where you are able to talk to them, trust me, like Sheila said, there's a lot that's like, there's a lot of burden that just comes off you and you feel lighter and you let go of so many things, because sometimes you'll find that what you've been holding on has mentally been affecting you, like literally with every aspect of your life, your social life, your academic life, because there are times when you're alone and you have conversations with yourself in your head. And it's weird because people around you, say in the library, people around you would probably think, this girl is concentrating, she's in her books and all that stuff. Like, this is for real. Yeah. But then you find that she's not even reading anything, but
lost in thoughts.
She's just having, like literally lost in thoughts. And sometimes it's not even a conversation. It's a battle in your head. Yeah. It could be anything, you know, like literally. And sometimes when you talk, most times actually, when you talk about these things with the right person also, because there are certain friends who would like take it lightly and say, you're going through that. Now some of us here listen. So you talking about it and sharing your problems can actually do a lot of good to your mental health, to your mental stability, to generally even your relationships, because you create a stronger bond with your person, like with whoever it is that you talk to, because they'll understand that you've trusted them with this information, and it could be the same with them too. And I feel like generally it's really important, and that's why I keep on emphasizing on having a safe space, and even having that one friend that you could trust with literally any information about your life and what's going on in your head, what's going on in your heart.
So let me just follow up with one more question, just one more last question. Now, having that one friend you can trust, what is it, just mention a few things or just one thing that makes you know for sure that this is a person I can trust to have discussions with about my mental health?
The one thing. Okay, wait, someone else should answer first.
Okay, Sheila, you can go.
Okay. So, how do you know that the person that you're giving information is
the right person?
Is not just listening and offloading to the next person. So this is a very tough thing, even in real life, to understand who you can trust, right? But our worry shouldn't be who we can trust, because eventually everyone is going to betray you one day. But everyone is going to betray you one day. Best believe it might not be intentional for the other person to betray you, but you find that, for example, you come to me, you tell me, Sheila, I'm going through this, and then me, I feel your issue is too big. You understand? Like, I feel like even me, it's heavy. So I will take it from me to the next person who I feel, how can someone sort out this matter? Then now that already makes the situation complicated, because you feel I have already carried your information to the next person. So meaning you can't trust me with information. So how do you identify who you can trust? You have to test people in your life. Me, I've learned one rule. I test people with more information. So I test you with more information. I'll tell you, only you. I'll start something myself. Because I remember I've started something myself, I think before I even had my son. I started telling people, Delphine is a witness. I think if she heard this, I started telling people I have a child. Okay? I told one person, and now one person that I thought was really close to me, and I told them. Hey, I told them I have a child.
Yeah.
Don't tell anyone, but I have a son. You know, I have a son from my previous relationship, but I regard my son as my brother. So don't tell anyone, okay? Don't tell anyone. And they said, yes, never. The rumor came back to me. You know, it went and then came back to me. I even heard I have 2 kids now. So it's how you trust people. It's more information before you can actually trust someone with big information. You test them with small information. Just ask them, tell them one simple thing. Okay, guy, I suffer from this. You will hear it from someone, and then you know it's like that game that we used to play when you were younger. You tell someone the cock is coming, and by the time it's reaching there, the chest story would have changed, and it's back to you and stuff. But for me, my advice, because I think my battery is even about to die, so I might leave the meeting now. My advice to anyone that is going through a mental health problem or is suffering from anxiety, because I suffer from anxiety, I totally understand how it works. And I have had depressing episodes in my life. The best thing you can do for yourself is train your mind. Before you can run to anyone, you need to train your mind. You need to teach your mind its capability to separate emotions and thoughts. Okay, I have learned this technique. I learned it from a mentor. If you can separate your own personal emotion from an actual thought in your head, you are better you will never succumb to suicidal thoughts or any other thing. I don't know if this works on other people, but it's a very good technique that has helped me throughout my life. Even when I have major anxiety and my mind is draining over me. So when you learn to separate your feeling, no one understands me, no one will hear me, because no one will understand you. Basically, you're your own person. So if you go like, no one understands me, no one is hearing me, no one is paying attention, you start hovering so much emotion that your mind succumbs to how you feel. And the moment your mind learns to drink off your thoughts, the mind itself starts to think together with feelings. So if you would like to learn this technique that I learned that has saved me a lot, I'm open. You can get my number from Delphine. And if you'd like to share and talk and build each other, obviously, mentally, you can't be a master in it. But I'm willing to share so that I can help other people also with their mental health and anxiety. But otherwise, this guys, thank you for your platform. I'm leaving you now. I hope you enjoy the rest of the meeting. Bye-bye.
Thanks so much. Awesome. Is there anything to add before we end the meeting?
I think one of the ways of sharing with people, I always tell people that sometimes if you can't trust people around you, this is a technique I've used and I think it has worked. Talk to someone who doesn't know you. Because there are certain things that if you tell someone who knows you, you don't know if at all they'll tell them to people or anything. But if I talk to a random person, someone who doesn't know me, okay, I share my emotions with them. They'll give me the advice that I need and it will end there. Okay, if that person has to tell the story, they'll tell the story as me being A or me being B, but without really going in depth because they don't really know me. Okay, this is where the aspect of counselors come in. Okay, where you talk to a counselor, okay, someone you don't know, and it's very unlikely that they will share your secrets or anything with other people. And the other thing, like, how can you know a trustworthy friend? I think it all comes back to how vulnerable the other person is with the information that they give you. Okay, but sometimes we're in circles of friends, but they are friends that have never told us things. Okay, it's because they feel they are not that vulnerable around us, each other. Okay, can my friends come to me and tell me that, okay, I don't have shoes, without me going to spread the rumors to other people? And can I go to them and tell them, okay, I don't have food at the level? Okay, that's showing a certain level of vulnerability. So how vulnerable is that person? And if you can see that the other person is
vulnerable towards you the same way you are towards them, I think you can trust them to a certain extent. I think that's what I have to say.
Amazing. I think I like the last part the most. The common stance of knowing that the other person trusts you just as much as you do trust them, right? So yeah, I think we've surpassed our time now, so we can get to the close. Delphine, would you want to say anything before we close?
Honestly, I think I just want to say thank you to everybody that volunteered to be part of the speakers. Yeah. Some of us like talking too much, but then when it comes to such platforms, we get shy and nervous. So yeah, generally, I just want to extend my gratitude to everybody that attended, those that attended and left. I actually have one of my friends here with me.
Okay. No
yeah, so I just want to say thank you and definitely looking forward to more of these talks. Yeah. And thank you to you too for extending the invitation to be part of the talk. Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you. I've definitely learned a lot. So yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is, for this project, I'm trying as much to have conversations with youths the most, because most of the times we rush to people we call professionals. But the funny conversation is that I don't think a professional is absolute in the the challenges and difficulties that we go through in our daily lives. It's like everybody has their own particular difficulty you get.
Exactly. The fact that we are all different persons and we experience things differently too is honestly, it's a major aspect of such talks, because even though you both went through the same thing, your friend will perceive it differently and will definitely handle it differently.
Exactly.
So sometimes going to the roots will actually help you find solutions, because there are people who've gone through it and have come out of it and they're okay. As it's not bad to go to professionals, but then you just have a deeper understanding with someone who's actually been there. Yeah.
Amazing. So yeah, it's my turn to say thank you to everybody. Thanks so much for being available, and thanks so much for sharing this information. Thank you so much for being part of the meeting.
And also, before you close, I think I would just love to appreciate the whole setup and you stepping up to just start talking about these things.
Sure.
Because I think for a long time people have been quiet about things that, because if you walking the streets, you see the number of celebrities, the number of statistics that have been recorded, because people know who to run to. Okay, but if you put yourself in an open space, I think in the next 2 years, 1 year, people will be running to say that, okay, I want to attend that program so that I can learn and get the help that I need, because it's something that has not been put readily available out there.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. And there's more to come. There's actually more to come on this. So thank you so much for being part of this talk, and thank you so much to the speakers especially, and Delphine as well. Thank you so much for putting the whole team together. You made it a success, and thank you so much. I appreciate for that. So maybe I'll put it all together and upload it and share it the same way I've just said earlier. So yeah, I think we can come to an end now. And to the listeners, including your friend Delphine, thank you so much for really paying attention. It means a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All right. Thank you so much for watching. It's been Talent X. It's me, Muchema Sichone, your host, and Delphine. So thank you so much for watching, and we hope you enjoyed and learned a lot. Soon enough, we're going to have to put up another program or meeting, either online or a physical one. So we hope that you join in next time. So thank you so much. See you in the next.